I'm sitting in the wilds of Rockefeller Center on this beautiful fall day with Megha Desai, who is the president of the Desai Foundation. And in case you've been living under a rock, you know that the Desai Foundation Gala is always an annual big bash, and it's coming up on October 18th, right?
Yes, we're very excited.
All right, but the foundation at its root is about 20 years old. Mm-hmm. It started as a family foundation.
That's right.
It is now a public foundation, and we're going to talk a little bit about that later, but that just affords you to do some partnerships that you wouldn't have been able to do otherwise.
That's exactly right.
But social service is really part of your DNA. In college is when you first had your engagement with somebody who might have been part of the disenfranchised part of society. And I'm most curious about how that changed you.
Yeah, absolutely. I was working with a student, I was a mentor, and I was working with a student in a Harlem school who every day was late to class. And I asked her why she was late to class, and she told me that she lived on food stamps. And if she didn't make it home before her mother did, her mother would sell her food stamps. And that's why she was late every day. And it made me really understand that there are so many problems that people don't share, and that we need to ask more questions. Mm-hmm. And the more questions you ask, you're able to reveal what makes people tick and unleash their dignity. And for me, this process of mentoring these 200 kids over the course of 4 years was fundamental to my long-term service and the way that I am committed to seeing people and helping cultivate their dignity.
One of the places where your and my worlds collide is that today the Desai Foundation is doing a lot for women's empowerment. Mm-hmm. And I think that there was a story that you shared with me about one particular instance where the ripple effect, we talk about this a lot, right? The current zeitgeist is you invest in a woman, you change the world. But there's a very specific instance that you have where you did in fact invest in a woman and you saw the ripple effect. And this is back in India. Tell me more.
Yeah, so in one of our rural villages, we do these vocational sewing classes. And this one lady took our vocational sewing class. She decided not to take the factory job. So she went home and she said, I am going to create my own small business. She started making all the blouses for everyone in her neighborhood. And so I went to go visit her a couple months after the program, and I saw her, and she was very happy. She had a little dignity, a little pep in her step. And I saw her daughter, and I was like, I recognize this daughter. And so I took a picture of her, brought her to the principal of our school that we have. And the principal said to me, it's so funny that you show me this picture today, because this girl just hit her 90-day attendance mark. And I was like, oh, that's good. And she said, no, you don't understand. She's been enrolled in this school for 3 years and only now started coming to school. And it's because her mother, after having gone through the course, felt like, well, now I know what it's like to have a skill and an expertise. I want to be sure that my daughter has that too. And she walks her daughter to and from school.
Wow, and that's just an amazing instance of what self-esteem, just a little bit of self-esteem and dignity can do for a person.
Absolutely, absolutely. Women's empowerment isn't just about that single transaction. It's really about the long-term effect that woman is going to have on the world.
Now, it's interesting that you also mentioned the sewing initiative, because that is how your world also collides with an old friend of ours, which is Payal Singhal. I think you're doing a fashion show at the gala, and that's really the centerpiece of the entire day, but there's something significant there too.
Yeah, so like you had said earlier, we converted to a public foundation in order to participate in really highly strategic partnerships with great partners. Payal Singhal has been an incredible fashion designer, icon, and really, frankly speaking, role model for so many of us in the way that she conducts her business and lives her life. And she and I got to talking, and I had shared with her that we do these sewing programs and some of these other vocational programs, and she just kind of lit up, and she said, oh my God, how can I be involved? I want to do something. And over the course of several months, we just kind of came up with this idea, and she has donated 2 of her iconic patterns to the Desai Foundation.
Yeah, it's the flower pattern that we see kind of everywhere.
Yeah, and so she has basically said that in this line of anything that's purchased in these 2 patterns, a donation is going to be made from the Payal Singhal's organization to our organization, and some of her accessories, bags and ties and handkerchiefs, are going to be made by the women that we're teaching to sew in the villages.
Amazing. I love hearing about synergies like this. It just really, really makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Priyavanda Chauhan, who is one of my board members, is catering your event.
I know. She's
on the 18th. Your food is
love
amazing.
Desi Gali and how amazing and generous they have been Their food, I just saw the menu yesterday. It is amazing.
I know, her cha is pretty damn good.
So excited.
Okay, so the event is on the 18th. You moved to a bigger venue. You're at Hudson Terrace this year.
Yes, and we hope you come. You guys gotta dress up, party. It's so much fun.
We have Karsh Kale, who's doing DJing.
And yeah, it's just a really fun party to celebrate the Mali.
And I think that one of the biggest pieces that, again, if we take nothing away from this interview, is the fact that you're really looking to instill dignity in the people that you help, and the Desai Foundation helps. And so we want to keep that front and center as we go out to party on October 18th.
Absolutely. So we'll see you there.
Megha Desai, president of the Desai Foundation.